When we look at a birth chart, we're looking at the moment of the first breath, and it is suggested that that moment contains symbolically an expression of what will take place during the life of the person. And then if we study transits, we look at what happens as the planets continue to move and their relationship to the birth chart. Now there's another way called progressions, typically called secondary progressions, which studies another way of seeing how the potential in the chart unfolds during the lifetime. And it is based on the idea that the first day of your life is representative of the first year of your life. There's a correspondence between a day and a year. So if you wanted, let's say you're 25 years old and you wanted to study the progressions for this 25th year of your life, well, if you're 25, it would be the 26th year of your life. Then you look at the 26th day of your life. And this is called secondary progressions because we progress the planets in the direction that they were going. And some of them move backwards because they're retrograde. And we see the effects upon the chart of moving it forward and progressing it. Now, what's important to notice, maybe the sun and the moon principally. So the sun in your progress chart will move forward all of the time. And it may, if you live to a ripe old age, change sign. It goes from your zodiac sign to the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one. 30 years later, it will go to another one. And it might do that 3 times, might change 3 times in a life. And when it does change signs, so like my sun is in Taurus, 16th degree of Taurus when I was 14, my progressed sun moved into Gemini. And then when I was 30 plus 14, 44, my progressed sun went into Cancer. And when I'm 74, it'll move into Leo. So we can see how the sun's progressions are easily marked, roughly speaking, but pretty close to that. And you may well notice that the focus of your life changes as the progressed sun changes its zodiac sign. We can also see that the moon, which moves a lot more quickly, is going to go through the whole cycle of your chart, all the 12 houses, in the space of some 27, 28 years. And so you can see where is your focus of emotional attention, which house it's going in. That's probably a better way of looking at it. So if your house, for example, is going through if your moon, your progressed moon is going through the 4th house at the moment, then for this year or so, possibly even a couple of years, you're going to be really focused on house building, home building, creating where you want to put down your roots, because it's the 4th house. If it's the moon going through the 10th house, you'll be concerned with your social role, maybe your career, your ways of becoming popular, because it's the moon. So it's slower than transits, typically, and it gives you a real sense of where you are in your life. Now, you can also study times when the progressions are angular. So as the chart unfolds, certain planets move and they conjunct one of the 4 angles: ascendant, descendant, midheaven, IC. When the progressed planet is angular, any of the planets now, not just the sun and the moon, that's a significant period of your life. And we can also study the transits to progressions. So let's say, for example, my sun is, well, where would it be right now? It's something like 26th degree of Cancer. And if there was a Pluto opposition to that, if Pluto was at 26th Capricorn, then I would actually notice something akin to a Pluto opposition Sun transit. Even though I'm not having that transit, I'm having that transit to my progressed Sun. And I would notice some event, perhaps. One pretty neat way of studying the effect of transits on progressions is to do in Solar Fire, a program I use, you can put 3 charts all on the same diagram, and the inner one can be your birth chart, the next can be your progression chart, and the outer one your transits. And then you'll see whether the transits of the moment are actually impacting on your progressed planets or your natal planets. So there's more. You can study whatever you like with progressions, but the underlying principle is it's a day for a year. That's the idea. And then you can just see if it works. And some of the best astrologers, Charles Carter, for example, he really does say that without progression, certain information would be lost. That we need progressions to explain some of the things that are happening astrologically. So whether you understand the principle or not, a year for a day, it seems to work. Give it a try.